And Spear versus Sword and Spear. Here we go, immediately into the first match. I was not sure what map we're on, but we're going to find out in just a moment, and it's Shipwreck Falls.
3, 2,
Alright,
1.
it's going to be an interesting matchup. See if Hattori generally playing more of a rushdown style against Ada, who's
Yeah, we
more of
already
a
see that happening
spacing character.
with the when he picks up the sword and
Jeez.
immediately goes in. Going for these down airs and trying to get as much damage on Ada as possible, or to bring her into the deep yellow just because of Ada's defense. But Ada's able to return the aggression right away with the guns, throw into her face, and be able to do some decent damage. But Yam's still being able to hold the lead with his sword.
Yeah, but that's quickly going away. It looks like Melvdog had a bit of issue at the start there when he couldn't find a weapon, but once he got it, it was good. Got hit by that neutral sig, it's looking pretty even now, though.
Yeah, holding onto the spear, tosses it down and try to read a jump, but doesn't quite get it. Gets the spear anyways and finds an excellent delay into side air, sending Yam into the deep orange, almost in the red. The spike ball is a quick hit, but the side stick doesn't hit either. Both players find themselves into the red. Yam goes for a fully charged signature and it connects, killing Melvdog off the top.
Yeah, Melvdog did not expect him to fully charge that, and he went for the punish a little too early.
Ooh, holding onto the bomb, throws it low, doesn't quite connect, goes for that GC neutral light, doesn't hit either, and Melvdog's choosing to stay unarmed, and Yam goes in with 3 neutral lights in a row and actually brings him into the yellow. He's taking advantage of this lead quite heartily.
Oh man, Melvdog is opting for a lot of unarmed stuff. He's doing really good when he has the weapon, finally gets the kill.
Yeah, recognizing, maybe trying to end that stock a little bit too early, but he was able to get that kill with that downswing on the spear, but he's already in the orange. Ooh, finds the guns, so 2 neutralizers right in a row, is able to bring him directly to the yellow. Denying weapons from Yam as much as he can, finds the spear, and another side signature. He's just not expecting these. Yam's just putting these out, and he's not getting punished, but in fact connecting them.
That was a really good side air to cancel the down sig.
Ooh, immediately picking up the guns and going for his side signature, catching Yam and himself off guard. Not knowing, I guess he does have an idea of what weapon he'll pick up, but either way, being able to bring out that signature right immediately upon weapon pickup is always a surprise.
Melv is going for a lot of throw combos, and he's getting punished because Yammah is just dodging it every single time. He's doing really good when he has the weapon, but he's just trying for so much unarmed stuff right now.
Yeah, and I think if he stuck to his weapon playstyle, he'd be okay, because every time he tries to go for some throw combo, look at that. Goes for it again, Yam's ready to cover his landings. Every time Melv tries to get back onto the stage, Yam's either catching him with a neutral air or a side stick. But there, what do you know, Melvdog finds the weapon and hits him with that side stick, killing him off the side of the map, bringing it back 1-1. He has a chance to be able to bring this back.
Like, the throw combos aren't a good idea, but they're just not connecting, and you have to, like, adapt at some point. You gotta be like, hey, this isn't working, let's try something else. Instead, he just throws it one after another, and he misses it every single time.
Melvdog goes for the recovery with the guns, putting himself up low and catches that recovery with the down air. There's a recovery. Will that kill off the top? No, not quite, but that's very dangerous with the Hattori. Goes for the spike ball to cover the landings, and Yammah is going for some very risky ground pounds. It's getting himself punished.
Ooh, finds the unarmed combo, finally.
Gosh, this
Suddenly
is
looking really good for Melvdog.
Yeah, a recovery hits Yam really high into the air. He finds the guns, goes for the ground pound, sends him flying towards the top. There's the weapon toss, continuing to keep Yammah denied. Goes for the guns neutral air. I feel like that was a mistake, but Yam's able to end with a neutral air and brings both players to the red. This could be either player's match.
Nicely done.
And there is
You can
the
see Melvdog, he took absolute control of that final stock because he just used his weapon for almost all of it, and the one throw combo he did go for, he actually connected with.
right.
So
It was a throw combo to punish rather than a throw combo for the sake of throwing his weapon.
Exactly.
It was very cool to see that
Really
switch in
good.
momentum, because I feel like Yammah was very confident with how he was playing with the sword, especially against Melvdog's throw combo playstyle. But once Melv had control over the ground and he had Yammah in the air, it was a complete switch in regards to who had control of that match. Like, Melvdog was behind the entire time, and it looked like he was winning the entire time. And game 1 ends up going to him. They're asking about bans right now. Winner forgot who bans next. The winner should be banning only 2 matches. Well, I guess you could go through the entire banning process again, but initially the rule is the winner bans 2 maps and the loser gets to pick from the remaining 5. That's what it says in the rule set. Here we go. Yammah switching up to Teros, completely different from Hattori, in weapons and playstyle, and Melvdog sticking to his Ada.
I think Yammah has a really real chance of winning this if he weapon starves or if he just does some more intelligent dodging and doesn't get hit by the weapon throws at all. He definitely has the advantage when Melvin doesn't have a weapon.
Yeah, especially considering the polar opposites in Teros' attack and Ada's defense. Mel finding the spear doesn't seem to prefer that. Tosses it aside, gets the guns and finds it down there. Goes for that neutral air or neutral light combo. Doesn't quite connect, and Yammah ends up hitting some nice hammer neutral air to be able to bring him to the orange. A side air, geez, getting hit by the hammer is not something you want to have to do, considering how much damage each one of those aerials do. There's another side air, almost already in the red.
Wow, what an early kill from Yammah too.
Yeah, I'm taking complete control with Teros right now. Hits the axe, gets the side, and a nice ground pound to be able to hit him below the stage. Mel goes for a neutral signature. I almost can feel like that's a mistake and gets punished for it immediately. Yam goes for a neutral sig himself, follows up with a downer, but Mel, doing a weapon combo, ends up interrupting Yam's pressure. But there's the neutral light to be able to interrupt Mel from picking up a bomb.
Yammah is taking absolute control with his axe gameplay right now.
Mel goes very deep for a side air. Hits him with one of them into a weapon toss, but these attacks aren't going to KO for quite a while.
Yammah finally loses his stock.
And Mel finding a nice
Melvdog's
recovery.
already in orange.
True, but I guess when it comes to Ada, if he finds a way not to get hit, it's not going to take much for him to be able to get a lot of damage and even this up 2-2. But geez, there's a neutral there, and that not get hit strategy is not working out.
One more shot and Melvin's lost his stock. It's gonna be really hard if Melvin gets this. He needs to hit one move and he's in a huge... Ooh, and that does kill. Yammah with an almost entire stock lead.
Yeah, that's pretty scary considering Mel's position. There's another side light into a neutral air, bringing Mel already into the deep yellow. Follows up the ground pound recovery combo and hits him into the orange, but because of Teros' defense, it doesn't quite kill. Goes for the neutral air recovery combo, doesn't connect, and Yam punishes the side light into a side sig.
Oh, wow.
Sending him flying. Mel goes for that gravy cancel signature. Doesn't quite work out, tosses the hammer into his face, but ooh, a nice GC neutral sig to be able to get some damage onto Yam, but at what cost? Mel's already in the deep red. Wow, that ground pound actually killing off the top, taking game 2. Yammah's counter pick proving to work quite well for him.
Yeah, that was a really well-played game from Yammah. It seemed like a completely different player, to be honest. Perhaps he's not comfortable on the Hattori. It's that he ended up picking it.
Not comfortable on Hattori, or maybe it's just a matchup thing. I know that certain people don't like... That's the whole entire interesting thing about seeing players play in a tournament setting, is that there is counterpicking. You are allowed to counterpick. Sometimes you don't win your first match, and unlike ladder, you have the ability to play them again immediately and find a way to be able to mix up either your playstyle or counterpick them so that you can have an advantage. Like, yeah, Yammah's Hattori might not be able to fight against Melvdog's Ada, but his Teros definitely seems like it can, and he sticks to it. Melvdog thinking that he can bring it back with Ada, and they end up going to the Great Hall for game 3 of this best of 3.
I think this might be, this was Melvdog's pick. I think he wants to make it harder for Yammah to play this aerial game with Hammer, but it's not working.
Definitely not. And I was going to say that's an interesting choice considering that if Yam gets weapon and center stage control, Hammer neutral airs while you're on that top platform are brutal. But Mel finds a spear and there's a D-Light Cider into the... Oh, an excellent GC neutral light to be able to continue that string.
In general with Great Hall, just standard Sair spam and Nair spam is a lot harder because the platforms will cancel, will ledge cancel and make it a lot harder to do what you generally want to do. But,
oh, with Hammer?
Yeah, with Hammer and with Axe.
I see.
It becomes just a little bit more difficult, but... Wow.
And I can kind of see what you're talking about. As you're talking about the difficulty with Yam to be able to really do what he wants to do in the air, once Mel was able to get a weapon himself and get into the center, Yam had so much trouble coming in with those neutralers and side airs, and Mel was able to punch with the down sig and kill him off the side. And now he's bringing Yam into the yellow, almost into the orange. Holding onto the guns and holding onto his stock. He definitely doesn't want to lose it and take this lead.
Yeah, it does of course go both ways. Melvdog goes for a lot of throw combos, and that's very difficult with the platform covering everything.
Ooh, that signature from Yammah. I was afraid that Mel was going to have to fall into that like those Hattori down sigs. Holds onto the guns, however. Tries to get him with the side air. Doesn't quite connect. He's just tossing his guns again. I guess just picking up every weapon that's there. That ground pound surprisingly not killing Mel. He is very damaged. Goes for that scoop. Doesn't connect. The ground pound, but the side air will finish it. Kills him off the side of the map.
Very well played from Yammah. Not as big of a lead as he could have had, but still pretty good.
Ooh, Yammah hitting that side light and follows up with the neutral signature. But Mel getting that down stick once again. He's very good at making those connect against Yammah's Teros. Goes for that ground pound, however, to be able to read the air dodge, and it works out. But there's the recovery. Does that kill? No, not quite. But the neutral airs, no follow up, and Yammah's able to catch his landing with a neutral light of his own.
It's crazy. Teros only needs to hit Melvdog a few times until he can kill percent. He killed him. He hit him like maybe 7 times that stock, and he was dead.
And it was mostly with the ground pounds too. Oh no, the mine bringing Mel into the yellow. That's not what you want to see. Another sider goes for that signature. Doesn't quite connect, and Mel's able to punish a recovery, but already 3 hits. He's like halfway to orange. Excellent D-Light, doesn't get the side air follow-up, however. The side light, the GC neutral light doesn't quite work, and Yammah's getting these unarmed combos as Teros. That's kind of scary. There's the hammer once again, seeing... Ooh. Trying to see Yammah going for more side lights. That neutral signature, a little hopeful. And Mel picks up the guns. He's bringing the stock back. There's the ground pound. Yammah's forced to dodge low.
Yeah, Yammah made a huge mistake going for 3 signatures in a row, and they all got punished. He was not in a position to be going for those yet.
Gosh, seeing Mel toss those guns aside, what was the point? He just ended up going to pick up another weapon, and he put himself in a position to get punished by that neutral air.